Well, here we go. If you didn't watch yesterday's episode, I urge you to watch the last episode because, in case you didn't realise, we qualified for Europe. We've got £80 million to spend. Let's see how many world-class players we can sign. Hello, welcome to part 71 of City Till I Die. Coming up in today's episode, we shall be playing through our summer transfer window, and shortly, also we do have World Cup shenanigans going on. But before any of that does happen, let's go through and look at our end of season review. As you can see, the trophy this season, but doesn't matter. We did qualify for the Europa League 2-3 seasons after nearly getting into Europe, but it's finally happened this year. We are playing Europa League football next year, so that is I'm very pleased about that. It's going to be tough, but I'm sure if we can get some good players in and get out the rubbish players, I'm sure we'll be fine in the competition. I'm sure we can get to the latter stages of the Europa League. Obviously, we have to get in there first, but sure it'll be fine. So players that came in this year, so Leonardo Augusto came in, centre attacker mid, only started 7 games, but he was primarily brought in as a backup, but still got decent potential. Scored 6 goals, assisted 1, average rating 7.02, actually got signing of the season, which I'm not too surprised about, because I did think he was probably the best player. Maybe Slama could have got signing of the season, but still Slama, still a very good player and a very good future ahead of him. Still got plenty of, not a lot of potential, but some potential. Then John Shaw came in January. He's been absolutely class. I think he might have felt a little hard done by not winning signing of the season, because came in 7 goals, 4 assists. I'm pretty sure if we had have signed him, we may not have qualified for Europe. So I think John Shaw, he's an absolute hero for this second half of the season. Then Nuhan Perez, yeah, he's pretty rubbish. We are going to try and sell him this season and hope we can try and get at least a younger centre-back. Maybe not a young centre-back, but just a decent centre-back. Better than Perez. Then obviously we did sign Joaquin Azan on a permanent from Atletico Madrid. Obviously, board are not very happy with about it, but I think he's still going to be a great player for us in the near future. So whether that's with us or not, he'll definitely still be a world-class player. Still got a lot of great potential, but Hesterman, despite the fact I said I was going to sell him last summer, he's been all right this year. Then Peter Fjolic, again, only played 4 games. I don't really have a lot to say about him. He's a good backup. I'm not sure what the plan is for him this year. Obviously, Nuhu returns on back from his loan, so see what his abilities like. See how he got out on loan. Then we'll just make a decision about the goalkeeper, because obviously we'll have 3 by the start of the season, so one of them might go, one of them might stay. I'm not sure what's going to happen in the goalkeeper area. Then Ruben Alvarez, yeah, he's pretty. Well, we started off the season as our first choice. Then when Shaw came in, sort of as our backup left winger and backup striker, so definitely need another left winger, probably just a young left winger with decent potential. And Sebastian Chan, a fantastic backup. I can't really ask much more of him. Just be a useful backup. When he does play, he plays okay. He's not the best right back in the world, but that's not his job. Just be a useful backup and be reliable when he needs to, which it has been this season. So it's definitely been. It definitely has been a season to remember. Obviously, finishing above Man United, which is very good. I think if results could have gone our way, we may have finished in 5th, which may or not have been good enough to finish in the Champions League. Obviously, if Newcastle do end up finishing in the Champions League spots, I'm going to be very, very annoyed, because I think we could have potentially finished 5th, but just wasn't to be in the end. So the FA Cup, FA Cup, Carabao Cup both went pretty badly. I'd like to try and win the Carabao Cup this year, possibly the FA Cup. Try and win one of those competitions before this series eventually ends, which I ain't got a clue when it's going to end. I suspect it might end. This could be the last season. We could be playing for at least another 2, 3, 4 seasons. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds for this save? So our biggest win this year was a 4-0 win over Everton. Match to remember was a 5-2 win over Chelsea. And goal of the season went to Trevino for his goal against Nottingham Forest. Don't really remember what this goal was like. I know Trevino has scored some bangers. I think this is like second or third time winning goal of the season. Trevino with a free kick. That is absolutely superb. No doubt about that. That's definitely goal of the season. I don't think he scored any other goals this year. Not any that good. So club reputation has stayed the same. I was expecting that to go up a little bit considering we are in Europe now, but that might go up next year when we do a full season in Europe. No new sponsorship deals just yet. Annual revenue has gone up massively, apart from broadcast revenue, which has gone down, which I don't really understand why, but that will go up this season because obviously we are in Europa League. A lot more money to earn from that, only if we win the game, so get far in the competition. Most popular shirt names being Trevino, Matumba, Salama, Owen, and Santiago. I mean, I think I agree with that. I think that's probably about right. A lot of shirts sold, just over 45,000. That's not too bad. So best 11 this year was Doggett in goal, a back four Santiago, Mourinho, Philip, and Aguilera. Owen and Trevino in the midfield. Then we had Hesseman on the right, Sama in the middle, Shaw on the left, and Matumbu up front. I think I agree with that best 11. So I think that might be the 11 that plays next season. Might not. Philip and Doggett are the two questionable players. Obviously, Doggett not really that good anymore, and Philip is he's just absolute rubbish now. So fans player got awarded to Michael Hesseman. Young player went to Augusto. Obviously, signing of the season went to Augusto as well. Matumbu got top goal scorer only with 14 goals. So maybe we need a new striker. Maybe, might not. I don't really know what's going on with Matumbu. He is wanted by AC Milan. So if they offer like 60 to 80 million, who knows? Matumbu might be on his way out. And Hesseman got most assists with 13. He also got most player of the matches with 5. So that's not too bad. Obviously, we did break our transfer record with John Shaw costing us 62 million. Who knows? We might break that today. I very much doubt it, but you never know with this game. You never know what can happen in today's episode. Who is in our overall best 11? I've never actually looked at this. So in goal we got Shantunen. Where is he at? He's still at Lazio. So he's actually been not too bad playing first team football. Obviously, that 32-33 season joined in January. 18 games, conceded 29. Yikes. So then the second this season just gone, 36 appearances, conceded 43, but kept 11 clean sheets. That's actually not too bad, but it does mean he conceded 43 in 25 games, which I don't think is that appealing. That's like 2 goals a game, so not too bad. So then it's a back four of Ilmari Samuels, now at Birmingham. He recently joined them on a free transfer from Hull, where not had a bad career there. James Hill, obviously, recently joined Everton. Not sure if he's actually played a full season for them. I wasn't really expecting that. Played 38 games, 3 assists. That's not too bad for I'd say a mid-table championship centre-back, but I think Hill's more than capable of Premier League. We have Mourinho, obviously still at the club. Santiago still at the club. Trevino still with us. Raheem the Dream Harper, on loan at Grenoble and on loan from Huddersfield. obviously went out on loan to various clubs before joining Strasbourg. Now at Huddersfield, then went on to loan to Grenoble. I'm not sure why Huddersfield loaned him out, because he was playing regular football. That's a very strange transfer. Then we also had Josh Cromer, who has sadly retired after playing for Sheffield Wednesday and Stoke after us. So only 32 when he retired. Obviously, Hesterman still is with us. Appiah, whatever happened to him? Because he was an absolute superb player for us down in League One. Absolute ridiculous. Joined Parma, then never really did much. Had a season in Ghana, now he's made his way to Scotland, where he's not really. I don't think he's that good. Then obviously Keon Edwards, still a very good player, only 30 years old. Not really scoring that many goals. Actually went the 32-33 seasons without scoring a goal. His goals have sort of dried up. His best goal scoring form has been with us. Like all 4 of his seasons were very good. On the bench, Carson, now at still at Portsmouth. Kitching at Perugia. No, that's not too bad. Obviously, Rankin, Aitchison, they're probably both retired. They're Rankin at Troyes. Aitchison retired at 21. Smallbone still at Elche. Yeah, that's. I mean, Candish is probably the best player on the bench. We'll just give him a little scout just in case we do happen to re-sign him. Obviously, Matumbu actually not making it into the starting 11, which is very surprising. So let's take a look at the expectations. So players hacking football, that's most of this. It's pretty much the same as last year. I don't think there's anything new. Obviously, increase the commercial revenue, work within the wage budget, spend the original transfer budget. I think we could do that. We'll do that. We do that anyway. Most transfer windows. Reach the latter stages of the Europa League. So the board wants us to go quite far, minimum quarterfinals, and over the next 5 years work towards qualifying for the Conference League. So they have obviously think we're going to go far in the next 4 or 5 years. So I think the goal for this year, definitely, just try and do well in the Europa League. Let's talk about next season. Obviously, we won't go Europa League this year. We'll go top half, and we will talk to them about the Europa League. I want to be not winning it. I think get to the latter stages. They've agreed with that perfectly. So I'm not going to talk to you about anything else. So I think with that being said, I'm still not sure what I'm doing in terms of transfer business. I think I know the players who I do kind of want to try and get rid of. I'm talking about Philip. Who else? Who else did I say? Perez. Doggen will leave for now. We'll just see what Nuhu's current ability is like. Obviously, if he's 3-star, Nuhu is just basically our first choice for this year. Might keep Doggen as a backup for the Europa League competitions and FA Cup, Carabao Cups competitions like that. Obviously, any of the high current ability players, they are probably not going to go unless we get any ridiculously big offers. But I haven't really made up my mind about transfer business just yet. We do have the World Cup coming up in a couple months' time. Again, I'm not going to show you any of the matches because we'll probably win the World Cup, and that be the game I will show you the World Cup final. Any of the other games I won't tell you about. I will tell you about. I just won't show you them. I will keep you updated when we do play our World Cup matches, which will happen in July. Hopefully, we do win the World Cup, because after that, I'm retiring as the England manager. Not retiring, just resigning as the England manager. So I don't really like international management. I just have to take up the England role while I still can. So I will come back just before, when the transfer window is open. Maybe we might have sold a few. But there's a slight chance we could be joined by a few new players. Well, it's currently the 13th of June and the beginning of the brand new transfer window, which does mean only one thing. The rumour train for Matumbu has officially started. So, first club he's been rumoured with has been OGC. DC's been rumoured with a move to them potentially could be worth up to 81 million, which obviously if they do offer that, which there's no guarantees that will happen. I think we accept that. If that bid comes in, if it does, I think we accept it. Anything less, like anything under 60, just a straight up projection. If we can get it up to like 81 million, that's including installments as well. I will definitely accept that all day long. Because if we look at his stats from last year, 14 goals, and they were all in the Premier League. It's just not good enough. He needs to be better than that. He got 18 that season. I don't think he's ever been that prolific, but he does get 10 over 10 goals a season, which isn't too bad. It's not the worst thing, but I just wish he was a little bit more clinical. So if that does happen, that offer, which may not happen, I will be accepting it. So Matubu might be on his way out, but I'm not going to transfer this. I'm not going to force him out, but the offer's there if he wants to. So who have we been rumoured with? So we've been rumoured with Christian Canada. Despite the fact his name is Canada, he's not actually from Canada. He's Spanish. He is a striker, so we will give him a scout just in case he is any good, decent potential, which I very much doubt it. Chimizi, I very butchered his name. He's another striker. Great pace, a great acceleration, okay pace. He's 6'1", so he might be a decent striker. He is a deep time forward, but he can also be a advanced one. We will give him a scout. Who's he wanted by? Arsenal, Aston Villa. I mean, look at his value. I don't think that's going to happen. We do have the budgets for it, but I just don't want to throw all the budget on one player. Joel Moore is another striker. We've been linked with another couple of strikers. 26 years old. I mean, value is a bit more reasonable. Wanted by Arsenal and Aston Villa. They're both wanted by Arsenal and Aston Villa. Who's Canada wanted by? A whole host of clubs, including Al Ittihad. So, yeah, he might be a decent player. And another striker, Flavian De Hayes. He's 19 years old. Only a scout report rated a C+. Who's he wanted by? Aston Villa. So, he's not good at all. I don't know why they suggested him, because he's absolutely rubbish. Don't think there is anyone currently going out just yet. We have tried to offer Reece Philip out because he's just not good enough at all. But he just keeps turning down moves. The numbskull he is. He just wants to stay at Exeter. I'm happy for him to do that, but he's just not going to get any game time next year. Apart from that, there's no other transfer business to tell you about. I mean, Perez, I am trying to get rid of him, but it's proven to be quite difficult to get offers in for him because he's wanted by Al Hilal, who are unwilling to make an offer while the transfer window is closed. That's the only two players I want out of the club at this moment in time. I think Philip is probably priority to go because he's just like the worst centre back ever. Real San Sebastian are going to make an offer for him. Big question is, will he accept? I very much doubt it because he keeps rejecting all the other offers. So I suspect that might happen. So no other transfer business to tell you about. I just hope Reece Philip leaves. So we do have the World Cup starting tomorrow, in fact. So that'd be very exciting. A fairly easy group stage. We've got Algeria, Chile, and Uzbekistan should be getting out of that group fairly simply. And if we get through to the knockouts, which I'm not sure how the knockouts work, I'm not sure how many rounds we have to do, which I suspect is a lot of rounds. Again, most of the games, I'm just going to be simming them. I'll pick my team, and I'll probably won't. I don't really care about the World Cup. I'm leaving at the end of the season, or leaving England at the end of the World Cup. So should be a nice, easy run. Hopefully, we don't have to play too many tricky games. So hopefully, the World Cup is nice and simple. Again, that's not my priority at this moment in time. My priority still stays with Exeter City. So I think I will come back right about beginning of July, hopefully with some World Cup updates. Hopefully, we're still in the competition and haven't gone out in the group stage like some teams might do, they might not. I very much doubt I think we will make it out for group. So hopefully by the time you next see me, we might have a few new additions and possibly some players will have left the club. Well, it's currently the 8th of July. We are still in the World Cup, which is good. We'll get to that in a minute. We have sold a few players and we have signed just one player, but we don't need to do too much transfer business. Obviously, we were in the process of getting in Silvara, but he is unfortunately joining Arsenal, which is a shame because he would have been our starting striker for this year. You may ask yourself, why? Because that's because we did sell, if I can find him, we did sell Lungelo Matumba, who did join Aston Villa for £81 million, and quite frankly, that's a ridiculous profit. We signed him from Sundowns for basically next to nothing, 725k. 5 seasons later, again 5 pretty good seasons. We sold him for 81 million. I mean, that's a very good profit. That is very, very good, especially for Exeter, a little team like Exeter. That is ridiculous. We have also sold Reece Philip. He has joined Sunderland for 25 million. Again, another profit, not a huge profit, but £6 million profit. That's not too shabby. And the one player we have signed is Leonardo Alatenjo. He's a 21-year-old Brazilian centre-back, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good Premier Division player. He comes in from SPO for £19 million. Who is SPO? Is that Sao? It's not Sao Paulo, is it? Yeah, I think it's Sao Paulo, but it's just spelled SPO for short. So he looks like he's going to be he already looks like a great player, to be honest. 70 to 90 million value. We only signed him for £20 million. That's going to be another huge profit for us. So yeah, definitely the finances are definitely on the way up for Exeter City. So I should expect them. I reckon we could. I don't know what the squad is looking like at the moment. So at the moment, if we sort it by position. So goalkeepers, we've got Dogan, Peter Fiolic, and Charles Nuhu. I think Charles Nuhu, I'm set for him being our first choice goalkeeper. Obviously, we'll play him in the first couple of games. I don't know what Fiolic is. Fiolic is also a decent Premier. They're all decent. I mean, Nuhu is a decent Premier. Dogan's only a good Premier. I think we go with Nuhu for this season. Or at least the first couple of games. We'll keep Dogan in as a backup, just in case Nuhu isn't at the level yet, but I think he is. If he plays games, his ability will go up, and I'm sure of that. Same with Fiolic. If he plays games, his ability will go up. They're both the same age, which is quite handy. If one of them's terrible, we could always just bin the other one off. So that's pretty handy to have for these 3 goalkeepers in the squad. Especially, I don't think Nuhu can become homegrown now because he went on loan. No, he cannot, which is unfortunate. But that's the goalkeeping area for now. Obviously, we might get another one, we might not. Fiolic is listed for loan, so he may go out on loan, but he might not. So right backs this year, same as last year. I don't think that's going to change. We've got Chan and Santiago. We might look to sell Chan if we can get in possibly another right back. Like a high potential one, possibly. Centre backs, we've got Perez still at the club at the moment. He is wanted by Crystal Palace. We are trying to sell him. That's actually quite handy. That might make a slight. Don't think we're going to make a profit on him because he hasn't really been that good for us this season. So Perez is possibly on his way out. So other centre backs at the club, we've got Mourinho and Shabani and Alatenjo. Shabani is wanted by Crystal Palace. Also, I very much doubt we're going to sell Shabani because he has the potential to be a great player. Still a lot of potential to fulfill. So he's going to be staying at the club. It's just Perez who's going to be leaving the club as the centre backs. So left backs, same as last year. Gonzalez and Aguilera. I don't think that's going to change. Aguilera by far the best left back at the club, along with Gonzalez, who does have the potential to be a great left back. Obviously, not going to be that as long as Aguilera is at the club. And centre mids for this year, I think we're going to go with the same centre mids: Savage, Gervinho, Owen, and Vlahic. That might change over the course of the season. or we might not. We might sell Owen, we might sell Savage and get in like another Mazzala, because I think I'm going with Trevino as our playmaker, or we sell one of the other Mazzalas. I don't really know what's going to happen in the centre midfield role, because Owen is wanted by Al Nassr. It would be nice to get some money in for him and possibly get in another deep line playmaker, because Trevino, his best role is a Mazzala. As much as I like him as a playmaker, his best role is Mazzala. So I think that's where we'll play him for this season. So right wingers, we've got Hesterman and Dan. I think those two might stay the same for this season. Obviously, Dan, I do want to push him as our starter in the Premier League. Maybe starter in the Europa League. I don't really know, because obviously 2 competitions this year, both pretty good for our players. They've got Sama and Augusto as the 2 centre attacker mids. I think they're going to stay the same for this season. Obviously, on the left, we've just got John Shaw at the moment. I will definitely get in another left winger, probably just a young left winger with decent potential, probably low current ability, something like that. Or maybe an old guy, maybe nearly retired. So that sounds probably good. Then obviously just Kaisuke Kubo up front. Obviously we did try and sign that Cyril Barber, but he did join Arsenal. That numbskull he is has joined Arsenal. Absolutely ridiculous. So that's what the squad currently looks like. I'm actually quite happy with the squad. I think it's just basically a centre back, a left winger, and a striker, possibly a centre mid, and we're basically done. So it's like 3-4 players, and I think that is still possible. And now on to the World Cup update. So as you know, we are doing quite well. World Cup Group D went very well. We beat Algeria 6-2, beat Chile 4-0, smashed Uzbekistan 11-0. Then second round of the World Cup, we beat Canada 1-2-0. Then we beat Belgium 1-0. Now we face Morocco in the quarterfinal, where if we win that game, we face either Croatia or the USA in the semi-final, which I think if we do play USA, we're going through to the World Cup final. So that I will show you that match, and hopefully it should be coming up next. Before we play our World Cup final match against Portugal, we do have some more transfer business to announce. So I think some more players have left the club. So Owen has joined Al Nassr for 47.5 million, and Nurhan Perez has joined River Plate for 11.25 million. That's the only 2 outgoing so far. So the other 2 players that have joined the club are Marko Grujic. He's a Serbian 19-year-old striker, 3.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good Premier Division player. He comes in from Partizan for 14.5 million. And dare I say it, at 19 years old, he looks better than Matumbu. We've got a decent amount of pace about him, so he looks like he's going to get a handful of goals. 6'2", great finishing. He's like Kubo 2.0. He really is the other version of Kubo. Great finishing. He's going to score at least 20 goals this season. He's going to be absolutely superb for us. Then next up is not a absolute I want you know. I don't really know how you pronounce that. He's a French left winger, can also play out on the right, but we primarily brought him in to be our backup left winger for this year. He's a 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential player, decent Premier League. He comes in from Lille for 38.5 million. A bit pricey, but he is a wonderkid, so we have to pay the price for bringing in a wonderkid. Only 5'6", so I mean that's probably not a bad height for a winger. He's quite pacey, so decent amount of acceleration and pace, so not too bad. Great at dribbling. That's what I like to see with a winger. 16 with dribbling. He's not gonna get knocked off the ball anytime soon. He's gonna win a lot of fouls when he plays. Like I said, only a backup to Shaw, so it's like a decent player. So now let's get the serious stuff. Right, let's win the World Cup. Who are the current holders? England. Past winners. So England won it last time. So yeah, let's Let's win it again. Obviously, this is the run from the World Cup final. So obviously, we did beat Morocco 2-0. Then in the semi-finals, we did beat Croatia 7-0. So we're only getting better. We really are. So this is the lineup to face Portugal in the World Cup final. Will be Ramsdale in goal, a back four of Duffy, Conway, Colwell, and Warren. Maindo at the base of the midfield. Then we've got Bellingham and Foden ahead of him. Then we've got Saka on the right, Brown on the left. Their wheels up front. Come on, lads. We deserve to get a win. Make this one final match, then I can retire from international management, hang up my England kit for good, then I don't have to manage another England game ever again, because I've loved my time as England manager, but I'd rather just focus on Exeter for now, because it's a bit stressful managing just Exeter and England at the same time. And we are 1-0 down against Portugal inside 20 seconds of the game. I really hope it's disallowed. No, it's not. Goal has been awarded. We are 1-0 down to Portugal. That's not the best of starts. Hopefully we can grab an equaliser before, at least before the half-hour mark. Definitely before half-time. Wills tries to get... Oh, he tried to... Oh, it was unlucky. It nearly worked. It will, one of those balls will come off eventually. Brown nearly tries to get into some space, but he just loses the ball. Maybe should have passed the ball a little bit earlier. Almeida has got the ball here. Can we put the pressure on? Well done, Wills. That's a lovely interception. Colwell plays the ball out to Brown. That's lovely. Foden, come on, Foden, come on. I know you're slightly getting older. I'm not sure how old you are, but Phil Foden has got the equaliser, ladies and gentlemen. And it's 1-0, barely 5 minutes played, and the game is back level. How old is Phil Foden? 34. I mean, dare I say it? Should we sign him? Should we sign a 34-year-old Phil Foden? He will be quite, I'd say, reasonably cheap. When I say cheap, at least 20, 30 million. I can't see myself paying that much for a 34-year-old Phil Foden. I think I'll wait until he's on a free transfer. Then we try and sign him. Oh my good God, that was it was nearly a second goal for Portugal. Barely 10 minutes into the game, and there's been absolutely tons of chances for Portugal. Not many for us. We've only had the one, which did happen to be our goal. If we can carry on doing that, score with every shot we have, I think we'll win the game easily. Colwell, but that's terrible from Cole. Absolute terrible. That was an absolute hospital pass, that was. But thankfully, we did get away with it, and Portugal did put it high and wide. We've got 20 minutes left of the first half. I feel like dropping a little bit of encouragement in the hope we can possibly grab a second goal this first half, please. If not, I can wait until the second half, but I kind of want to get this second goal now, right before half time, please. Don't think we are. No, it's not. It's 1-0 at half time. This isn't a bad scoreline. At least it's level, not losing, which is also a good thing. Come on, lads. Duffy with the throw. Bellingham. That's not a bad cross, that. Warren has got the ball here. What a shot that is. I thought that was going to go in. I did actually think I hit the post and went in, but it went just the other side of the goalpost. Very easily. Could have been 2-1. Saka has got the ball. Plays the ball to Foden. Yes, Joe Wills does put the ball into the back of the net to possibly make it 2-1. However, it might be disallowed. Is it going to count? Yes, it will. Goal has been awarded. England are 2-1 up in the World Cup final. Come on, lads. I'd say at least one more goal should potentially wrap the game up from there, I hope. Wills, come on, keep battling, keep pressing. Mainu has got the ball here. Saka, come on. Saka has picked up a knock. We should probably keep an eye on him, because I don't want him to get injured. Not that it matters, because it is the final game of the World Cup. Saka, oh, that's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely top quality finish that is from Bukayo Saka, driving in on his left foot, and he does put it in the top left-hand corner to make it 3-1. Right, I'd say... Is it over? Is it? It's a 2-goal lead. It's not it's not over just yet because Portugal could get a goal back and now they're literally instantly back in the game. So I reckon definitely one more goal should hopefully wrap the game up. But let's just see. We might be able to hold on to a 2-goal lead from now, I think, hopefully. Or we might just go and get a 4th goal because we look to be on the attack with Kevin Brown. Has got the ball down in the left-hand side. He's been looking very dangerous. And Joe Wills does make it 4-1. A header right into the bottom right-hand corner. Nothing Diego Costa could have done about that. And we are now 3 goals up. And that is probably the game over. We are going to make some subs. Saka is going to make way for, I don't actually know who to bring on. Leiden is going to come on for Saka. I think we'll also get off Wills for... Skelling's not really a striker, is he? I think we'll get on Ethan Enrineri. Not really a striker, more of a centre mid, but I think he could play there. No, actually, no. We'll put Ollie Bayless up front, not Ethan Enrineri. And I think we'll, you know what, let's get off Kevin Brown as well for Hugh Wood. I think that's some good changes. It's not going to change the game too much. It won't make us worse. It won't make us better. We're sort of it's sort of fine. We've got the goals that we need. We're 4-1 up. I doubt Portugal are going to get 3 goals to send it to extra time. Bayless with a good header. How tall is Bayless, by the way? He is 6'5", and you can't teach that. I did not know he's 6'5". He looked pretty tall when he jumped up for that header, so not disappointed for him not to score, but it doesn't matter. We're 4-1 up. I think we will make our final couple changes. Cole is going to make way for Mark Gahey, and I think we'll also get off Bellingham for... We'll get on Leo Jones. We did have Declan Rice in the squad, but unfortunately, straight after, I think, like the quarterfinals, he did retire from football, so I don't know how that's allowed for him to retire during the World Cup. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, but bearing in mind, he hasn't really played many games in this year's World Cup. He struggled to get in because obviously Mainu, absolute world-class defensive mid, he ain't getting in ahead of him anytime soon. Wood, with the header, nearly put the game to bed. It already is to bed, but nearly had his first goal for England in the World Cup. But doesn't matter. We're closing in on another World Cup victory, and we have done it. England once again, back-to-back World Cup champions. It's never going to happen in real life. It might do, but we've done it on FM. We've got what competitions have we actually won on this database? England have been absolutely unstoppable. I feel like we've won 2 European Championships in a row and 2 World Cups in a row and probably 2 Nations Leagues in a row. So that is very good. I think I can retire with my head held up high. Let's yes, I have won the World Cup. Perhaps absolutely brilliant. Absolutely superb. I can't believe it. Where am I? Like where am I on the the Hall of Fame? Shall we take a look at that? Let's take a look at the Hall of Fame. See where I am. I want to just take a look. I'm not even on like the top. Wow, that's absolutely ridiculous. What about worldwide? No, nowhere near. I do just want to take a look. I just want to see if I can find it. Who's won the... So, back-to-back European champions and back-to-back World Cup champions. With that being said, I think my time as England manager is done. It's been an absolute blast winning 1 World Cup and a European championship, but my time is done. Somebody else can have all the fun. Yeah. Yes, I have resigned from England manager. Now I will focus on purely on Exeter City. That's it. No more international management for this save. Who's left England? Yeah, confirmation of your resignation. That was I say quit England post. I've literally won everything there is to win. I won European International League in 2031, European Football Championship 2032, and World Cup in 2034. So in a short period I was there. It's not too bad. 3 cups in 3 cups. That's not... I will take that all day long. So who else is left? A bunch of players, a bunch of people I've never heard of. So that's not too bad. So hopefully, by the time we start the new season, we may possibly, just maybe, we should have possibly a few new additions. Certainly at least one new player. Well, here we have it. We have reached the start of the brand new Premier League season. I think we did sell a couple more players since I last spoke with you, and we definitely have signed at least two more players. So without further ado, let's just talk through the whole of the transfer business we have done throughout today's episode. We'll start off with the players that left the club. Started off with Lungano Matumba. He did join Aston Villa for £81 million. Reece Phillips joined Sunderland for £25 million. Don't think anyone joined on the back end of last season. No, they did not. Then moving on to the other players that have also left the club. Iona Owen joined Al Nassr for £47.5 million, and Nuhan Perez joined River Plate for £11.25 million. So moving on to the players that have only that joined us this season. Only signed 5 players, okay. And we didn't need to do a lot of transfer business. Most of them are pretty decent actually. So started off with Leonardo Anatencio. He's a Brazilian centre-back, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good Premier League player. He came in from SPO for £19 million, so quite cheap. I mean, look at his value. He's going to be one hell of a player. He's going to be really good. He's going to be a massive threat at corners with his jumping reach. That's going to be a big deal with the near post and far post corners. Hopefully he gets at least some goals. Then next up is Marko Grujic. He's a Serbian striker. 4-star current ability. He was 3.5 when I first introduced him. Now 4-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's a good Premier League player. We signed him from Partizan for £14.5 million. Best of all, Wonder Kid as well. He's going to be one hell of a player this season. He's going to get at least 20 goals, I reckon. I hope he does, because it's been a while since we've had a 20-goal-a-season striker. It really has. Then next up is Awan Chanu. Yeah, I'm going to try and figure out how to say his last name, or I'll just try and come up with some form of nickname. He's a French left winger, 2.5 stars of capability, 5-star potential. He's a decent Premier League player. He comes in from Lille for £38.5 million, so quite expensive, but he is a wonder kid, so we'll go with it for this season. He's only going to be a backup, so obviously he'll play a couple games here and there, because obviously we're in the Europa League, so plenty of time for game time, so that should be good for him. Next up is Desiree Douy. He's a 29-year-old French centre midfielder, deep line playmaker as well. 4-star current ability, leading Premier League player. He comes in from Las Palmas for £27 million, so quite a cheap transfer, I think. Reasonably well priced. 38 to £50 million his value. I think we paid the right amount for him. I think it was actually a release cost, 27 million, so that's not too bad, I think. And last up is Jordan Day. He's a English centre-back or centre-mid, primarily a centre-back. That was one area we were lacking, is English players. We've got plenty of homegrown club players, not many English players. I think before Jordan Day, I think we only had 2. Obviously, Owen left the club, which that was one English player down, so we may as well just get in a English player with decent potential. Luckily, he has. He's got 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. He's a decent player, leading Premier League player potentially. He comes in from Man City for £30 million. Never played a game for Man City. I would pay £30 million for him. That is just a typical Jack transfer to do. Sign a player for £30 million who's never played a Premier League game in all of his life. He should be fine. I hope he is he does have Premier League quality about him, so hopefully he is a I don't think he's the best centre back at our club, but this is what the squad currently looks like at the moment. Obviously, we've got a bunch. I don't think we've got any youngsters. We've got a couple youngsters. Alex Odyssey, Oliver Murphy in the squad. That's because of friendlies and whatnot. So goalkeepers, we've got Dogan, Fiolic and Nuhu as the goalkeepers, all 2.5-star current ability. So I think we are going to play Nuhu as our first choice because I think it's just right to play a goalkeeper with decent potential in our first Premier League game. It might be, we might live to regret it. He might be terrible. So we'll keep Nuhu in goal for tomorrow. In tomorrow's episode, the first games of the season. So that's the plan. Nuhu in goal and Dogan and Fiolic both as backups. Right backs, we've got Santiago and Chan. That's pretty much the same. Santiago, unfortunately, out for the first 3 weeks of the season, so that should be fine. We shouldn't be worried about that at all. Then centre backs for this year, we've got Mourinho, Shabani, Alan Taylor, Alan Leonardo, and who else do we have? We've got 4 centre backs. Who's the other one? Where is he? And Jordan Day is he's classed as a centre mid. We should probably get him trained up as a centre back. I think that's probably a good idea. Otherwise, we're going to end up playing him centre mid. I'm sure of it. Then left backs for this year, we've got Gonzalez and Aglia. Aglia suspended for the first 3 games of the season. Yikes, that is going to be pretty tricky. But I'm sure Gonzalez is only fit to play 45 minutes. That's absolutely brilliant. It's absolutely not brilliant. And centre mids, we've got Savage and Jordan. No, not Jordan. We've got Savage, Trevino, Vlahic, and where's the other guy? And Dewey. So we have Dewey and Vlahic as the playmakers, Savage and Trevino as the Mazzalas. So I think that's good. Then right wingers, we've got Hesterman and Adan. Left wingers, we've got Awandrew and John Shaw. I'm just gonna call him I for now. Then in the middle we've got Slama and Augusto. Then up front Kubo and Grujic. I have butchered a whole bunch of names in there. I'm so sorry, but I'm just I'm not very good with foreign names at all. I'm not sure why I signed so many foreigners. I should really stick to signing English players, but look at the amount of trained at club players. It's absolutely unbelievable. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not too bad. That will go a long way for Europa League squad. I wish I could see what the Europa League squad is looking like, but I suspect I hope we'll be fine. If not, we'll just call up some of the good quality youngsters that we do have knocking around. We've got one, and he's going out on loan, so that's absolutely brilliant. That is. So that being said, actually, let's just see where we're predicted to finish this season. Because obviously, finishing the Europa League, you'd think we should be predicted to finish in the Champions League places. Let's have a look. Predicted to finish 11th. We do have a player in the Dream 11. That is Santiago. He is at the left back role, which is quite interesting. Mainly as a right back. That seems a bit strange, chat. Is he playing right back for Man United then? Can we have a look at that? No, not really. He's not been playing right back at all for Man United. I'm not sure why it says that. That's clearly a bit, I think, balls to that, because that is completely wrong. Who's our key players for this year that it predicts? Santiago again and Kevin Aglia. So completely same as last year, probably, as I completely agree with that. What's our... Yeah, that's not right. We're not going to look at that projected lineup because we don't play a 4-4-2 anymore. Are they all 4-4-2s? No, that's a 4-2-3-1. No, so I think back 4 is probably, yeah, that's completely wrong because Kevin Aglia, not a centre back. Charles Nuhu, it does predict to begin in goal for the next game, so that's probably, I'd say 50% right. Half of it probably a bit hit or miss. So I think that squad, I think it does look pretty good. We do have I'd say pretty easy opening 5 games. Everton, Newcastle, Brentford, Crystal Palace, Sheffield United, all very easy ties. And obviously, we do get a bye into the Carabao Cup as well because we qualify for Europe. And so we don't have to go through the hideous second round. So straight into the third round for us. That is very nice. Hopefully, we can get 4 wins in a row where hopefully it's a good start where we'll be playing our first matches of a brand new Premier League season against Everton and Newcastle. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.